Hello everybody, good evening and welcome back to Goodison Park and welcome back to Everton Live. Delighted to be joined by Ian Snowden ahead of this one. I'll just quickly, before we get to the chit chat, let's have a look at what's to come for you on tonight's show. Okay, no, I don't think we can have a look at what's to come on tonight's show. That'll come in just a moment, Snods, but we shall start the chat.
Here we go.
Oh, no, it's here, sorry.
There you go.
To start with, we will have the highlights. Never runs smoothly, does it? We'll have the highlights versus Manchester United. We'll have the player arrivals for you. Team news from Everton and, of course, from our visitors, Leicester. Tom Davis and Anthony Gordon visited Zoe's place to spread a bit of Easter cheer, which is lovely, and we'll see that. Earlier on, I spoke to Derek Mountfield, and that was great fun. What a legend. I spoke to Scott Phelan as well. Sorry, I will be speaking to Scott Phelan on Everton under-14's victory in the National Premier League tournament. We'll have highlights from Everton's under-23s. We'll hear from Frank Lampard and a player ahead of the game. And as ever, we'll have commentary from the lovely Ian Snowden. I believe, are you on comms today?
I am on comms with Darren.
Oh, brilliant. Well, we actually said last week at the show, or 10 days ago I should say now, you actually had a moment in the show, Snods, where you were like, right, we're being a bit negative here.
Yes, I did.
And you changed the tone because, you know, I'll be honest, I was so nervous ahead of that game, I think, as a lot of us were. But you called it. We did beat them.
It was a massive game. And I just thought to myself halfway through the show, I thought, I've been a little bit negative here. I'm going to turn this. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to say we're going to win. I'm going to say the crowd are getting behind us. The lads give us a performance, and they certainly did. We just need. This is as important, if not more important, than the Man United game. We can get a little cushion if we win today, Sarah.
6 points, yeah.
Which is massive at this stage of the season. So we know it's not going to be easy. Leicester are one of them teams. They can produce on the day. Got some quality players. But surely that result and the atmosphere at Goodison 10 days ago should inspire the boys to another performance.
Let's hope so. You know, games like this, sometimes you worry that you don't want there to be any complacency. You know, I feel a little bit better going into this one than I did ahead of the United game, and it's so important, isn't it, that we follow up that win with another one, because as you said, the prize would be 6 points breathing space between us and Burnley, which at this point and the fixtures we've got coming up would be huge, wouldn't it? Absolutely massive
This one tonight. It's against the Leicester side that lost the last game. They've had some hard games in Europe as well in the past week or so. So is it a good time to play them? I would like to think so. But Newcastle beat them 2-1 the other day, and I don't think they'll be fancying it too much. I know Brendan Rodgers will have other ideas, being a former Red as well himself. But but in the back of the mind, the Leicester players might be a little bit mentally tired. Let's hope so. And as I said, we need no more inspiration than that victory and them scenes at the end of the game against Man United were incredible. The noise were fantastic. So let's regenerate that again this evening, and let's bounce this place.
Let's bounce this place. Like you said, it was a truly incredible day. The atmosphere's full-time scenes. Let's throw it back to that moment now. Here's Everton versus Manchester United.
Again. Delivery in towards Rashford. Good save again, Jordan Pickford. That was a smart header from Rashford and an equally good save. Here's Anthony Gordon for Everton. Just too far ahead of Richarlison. He still has it, driven wide though. Richarlison with the pull back. Gordon will get a shot away. It's deflected in. Everton are in front. Anthony Gordon. What a big goal that could be. Everton's first real strike on target in the game. Their first effort on goal. It results in an effort finding the back of the nets. It's a big and all right. Pickford bangs that one long, brilliantly brought down by Richarlison. De Gea was off his line. Oh, and De Gea makes the save in the end as he was backpedaling, and the ball deflected up from Richarlison's shot. That was goal bound as well. Off Maguire and maybe Lindelof. And the touch from De Gea denies Everton a second. Maguire. He's given that to Everton. Gordon. Well won back by Everton. Chance here for Everton. Cut back and cut out by Wan-Bissaka. Before it was heading through to Richarlison. Tellez. There's the ball into the Everton penalty area, headed down. Ronaldo and Pickford, brilliant. An instinctive save from an instinctive shot too from Cristiano Ronaldo. Snapshot saved well by Jordan Pickford.
That passion from Jordan Pickford at the end there, after he made, you know, a number of brilliant saves. That one at the end from Ronaldo.
Yeah.
What a performance from the big man as well.
Do you know what? It was a fantastic performance. I think Jordan's been outstanding all season.
Yeah.
I really do. I know he was getting a little bit of stake and making the odd mistakes in the odd games, but I think this season he's been outstanding. And all right, we got a bit of luck with the goal, but I don't care if we get that luck tonight and it comes off somebody's backside. I don't care.
Yep.
I really don't care.
A toenail, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care. Our goal goes in and just let's get one in. But I think there were some big performances against Man United. I thought Fabian Delph did absolutely excellent. To say he'd not played in any games, all right, he got tired and got a bit of cramp late on. Mikalenko, I thought that was his best performance by far in an Everton shirt. He looked up for it, he won tackles. So yeah, we're just looking for them kind of performances again tonight, and if we do, we'll win the game.
Absolutely, I believe the same. You know, when you at this place at Goodison Park, when you've got the fans behind you, if you get the fans on side and you want it more, then you know the points will be ours. And Leicester as well, I should say, nearly said Burnley. Leicester have played, I think, 3 games since we've last played one. Obviously, a really successful game for them against PSV in Europe. They lost to Newcastle, but surely they're going to have one eye on the European competition.
Do you know what, Sarah? I'd love to think so. I know the modern football now are very, very professional. They don't really go out celebrating and stuff like that. But they've had some big results. But they must be a little bit mentally tired as well. And I just feel if we can get that first goal, get this crowd behind us, then I would like to think that Leicester might fold a little bit. But it's all about us. I don't care about Leicester. I don't care about any opposition. It's about Everton Football Club. It's about the players, how we start the game, how we go about the game, and generate some atmosphere in this ground. And it's all down to the players. And it's as simple as that. If the players perform, this crowd will get behind them.
Absolutely, just like we always do. And the last 2 games, Newcastle, Manchester United, you know, is the most alive I've seen this beautiful place for a long time. So we want to make that 3 on the bounce here, and hopefully another clean sheet as well. Speaking of clean sheets, you know, we kept 2 on the bounce, which is fantastic at home. Do you bring Yerry Mina back into the side, or do you keep it the same? Obviously, Ben Godfrey and Michael Keane played very well at the back together against United, but Yerry Mina is so solid for us. Do you bring him back in if you're Frank Lampard?
It's a tough call, but if I was one of the centre-backs and I played as well as I did against Man United, if Yerry Mina had come in for me, I wouldn't have been happy. Yeah. I wouldn't have been happy.
Not happy.
No. So I would have had words to say. So I honestly think Frank will stick with the same team. I really do. We'll wait and see when the team comes out. But I think defensively, I think the boys all right. They needed Jordan to make a couple of saves, but I think overall, I thought Seamus had a great game.
Fantastic.
Michael Keane as well. So I think Frank would like to stick with the same team if he possibly could. If there's been no injuries in training or whatever, I think Frank will stick to the same team that beat Man United.
Absolutely, because it was such a fantastic team performance as well. As you can see on screen there now, the players arriving. Vitaly Mikalenko, of course, Damari Gray there as well, who, if he starts tonight, will be facing his former side in Leicester. He'll be rubbing his hands together. Obviously, he didn't start, but do you think he'd be dying to get a start tonight?
Absolutely, of course he will. As you say, I don't know whether he does. We're just looking at Alex Iwobi. What a revelation he's been since we moved him inside into the middle of the park. There were one for about a minute spell. He chased about 4 Man United players, and he just run all over the pitch, and it's an innovation off the crowd, because that's what they want. And his energy levels against Man United were brilliant, and his energy levels since he's been put into that role that he's playing, a more forward role and more involved in the middle of the park. Alex Iwobi's done ever so well. He's done as well as anybody else.
He absolutely has, and it is a really lovely thing to see, actually, because it's no secret that he hadn't, got off to the best start of his Everton career and copped for a little bit of stick and stuff like that, which comes when you sign for a big fee as well. But you can't ask for any more than that. As you said, Alex Iwobi covered every single blade of grass on Goodison Park pitch and, fought for everything, was equally good defensively as he was offensively as well. So surely he starts tonight, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Sarah, the best thing in football, believe me, is when you get a standing ovation either coming on the pitch or coming off the pitch. There's no better feeling than getting that off your own fans. Alex Iwobi's had some tough times. The crowd have got onto him, because I'm sure Alex will tell you himself, he wouldn't need me telling you, that at times he hasn't been at his best. But now he's playing, and to hear that crowd get behind him and cheer him on, it must be music to his ears. He must be thinking, he must be feeling 10 foot tall. He must not be able to wait for the next game, because I wouldn't. If that were me, I'm thinking, wow, get me in, let me do exactly the same as I did against Man United, and let this crowd get behind me as well. Alex Iwobi, I just feel that Alex is now starting to believe in himself.
Yeah.
All right, he's been at Arsenal, he's been at a hell of a big club before he came to Everton. He's now at another big club, and he'll admit he's not really performed, but now he believes in himself, and that's a massive thing in football.
Oh, it's huge, isn't it? You see confidence, because you see players one game could, not have the best game, to put it mildly, and then the next game, man of the match. So that is the impact that confidence has. And do you think that the reception that Alex got from the crowd as well will really make him feel he's part of now, and he is part of Everton?
If he puts another performance in tonight, I'm sure he'll get another standing ovation. But it's all about, it's no good doing it one game and then not in the next 2 or 3. But I think consistently the last 4 games since he's been in that role where Frank's put him in, I think he's done excellent. He's done really well. But it's not all about... Man United's gone now. Man United's gone. It was a lovely win. It was an important win. The fans loved it. Tonight's all about Leicester. Let's get another win straight on the back of Man United, and 2 back-to-back wins will go a big way.
Absolutely, that's what we want. It needs to be 3 points again tonight. It was a great day 10 days ago, but as you said, got to face each and every game, and we've got a long way to go until we can start to look ahead to our future of next season. So let's get this win tonight. We've got just over a minute now until team news, and obviously we've not spoken about our visitors Leicester. Jamie Vardy shouldn't be available, which is a plus, because I think any defender in the Premier League is not a player you want to.
What is he now? 34.
Yeah, and still for me one of the best strikers in the league.
Without a doubt, he's still got that pace. There's nothing on him. He's lean. He plays off the shoulder. But we're not talking about him because he'll not be playing.
Thank goodness.
But they've also got some very useful players. Maddison, I'm a big admirer of Maddison. He had a spell for probably 8 to 10 months where he weren't performing, but now he seems back on his game. He's very influential in what Leicester do, and especially free kicks as well. Don't give any silly free kicks away in and around the 18-yard box or just further out, because he's exceptional at them.
He is absolutely a dead ball specialist, so we do not need to be giving careless, needless free kicks away. Of course, Ademola Lookman scored against Newcastle, former Everton player. It does make you nervous, well, it does me anyway, whenever players return to Goodison Park, because players do seem to step up when they go to their old stomping ground, have a point to prove maybe. We've got to keep our eye on him tonight.
Yeah, he's got great ability. We saw that in patches when he played for Everton. We've seen it a little bit more now. All I was disappointed in Ademola was when he were at Everton, I never seen him smile.
Yeah.
And I used to think, all right, he's a young lad. You're playing at Everton Football Club, mate. This is one of the biggest clubs in British football. Smile.
Yeah.
Loved the place, but he didn't really smile for me and wanted to be accepted. And I thought, if he only performed, which we know he's got great ability, these fans would love him.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he's moved on now, but let's hope he don't perform tonight.
Yeah, let's hope he has a miserable day back at Goodison Park tonight.
Yeah.
You can enjoy your career after that, Ademola, but tonight we want you to be miserable. But here is the team news. Starting in goal as expected, number 1, Jordan Pickford. Number 6, Alan. Number 7, Richarlison. 8, Fabian Delph starts again after his fantastic performance against Manchester United. Damari Gray starts against his former club. 13, and Mina does return to that starting 11. 17, Alex Iwobi. 19, Vitaly Mikolenko. 22, Ben Godfrey. 23, and captain Seamus Coleman. And of course, number 24, the hero of the last game, Anthony Gordon. Let's have a look at the bench. Asmir Begovic, John Joe Kenny, Mason Holgate, Michael Keane, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Andre Gomez, Donny van der Beek, Solomon Rondon and Dele as well. Of course, there is no Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the squad. We'll have more for you on that as we get it. Now let's have a look at Leicester. Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Wesley Fofana, Johnny Evans, Harvey Barnes, Yuri Tielemans, James Maddison, Kelechi Iheanacho, Ricardo Pereira, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, Napolis Mendy and Timothy Castagne as well. Let's have a look at Leicester's bench. Danny Ward, James Justin, Kagler Soyuncu, Mark Albrighton, Ayoze Perez, Daniel Amati, Hamza Chowdhury, Patson Daka, and there he is, Ademola Lookman starts on the bench. So we've got a fair bit to digest through there. Leicester have gone with a very, very strong squad. Everton, though, to start with, no Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm assuming there must be a reason for that, an injury perhaps that he's picked up. Did see a few little rumblings on Twitter, but you never want to speculate until you know for sure. But what do you make of Everton's starting 11 there?
I'm surprised Yerry Mina's come in a way, but don't get me wrong, I think Yerry Mina's a hell of a player. I just thought he might have gone with the back four that didn't concede against Man United.
You wouldn't have been happy?
No, I wouldn't have been happy if I'd have been Michael Keane, but no, Yerry Mina's in, Michael Keane's dropped to the bench, and I didn't, to be fair, I didn't know Calvert-Lewin was struggling with some kind of injury, so all I can imagine is that Richarlison will play up front and Damari Gray will go out with Richarlison is, but Fabian Delph and Allen centre midfields as well, so it's a strong side. So is Leicester's. I think we're in for a hell of a game. I just thought we've got more than what Leicester have got to offer tonight, but I'm not complaining about the team. It's a good team, it's a strong team that we've got out. Just go out and do the business, boys. Yeah,
that's it. Go out and do the business. As you said, though, the visitors, Leicester, strong squad they've put out. You know, reading through it, players like Harvey Barnes, even Yuri Tielemans, James Maddison. They've got players that can hurt us. But I look at our team and think the same. Obviously, you're going to, I'd imagine, Richarlison up top now, striker, Damari on the left, Gordon on the right, Iwobi behind. You know, that's a team with some real attacking ability.
You've got Gordon and Damari Gray with a bit of pace. You've got Richarlison, who will be a nuisance to hopefully Johnny Evans. He'll upset Johnny Evans. But yeah, they have got some good players. We've mentioned Maddison. Iheanacho always seems to get a goal against us.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, I know. He's a decent player. Tillemans is a good player. But you mention him. The player I like is Harvey Barnes.
Yes.
I really do. I think he works exceptionally hard. He's got a goal in him. And he's got good ability, so I think he's one of them players that people don't really recognise too much, but he always does a job, and I think he's a decent player. Sarah, we know it's going to be an hard game. We're not sugarcoating it again. We're fourth from bottom.
Yeah.
We're not talking as though we're in the top 6. We're down there for a reason because we haven't been good enough this season. But it's a great opportunity for us this evening to get back-to-back wins against Man United and Leicester, and if we do that, then it puts us another 3 points closer to safety, and that's what we want.
Absolutely, 3 points at the moment at this stage in the season would be priceless. So come on, Everton, let's get that result over the line and make us all feel a little bit better. But now let's have a look at Tom Davies and Anthony Gordon when they went over for Easter celebrations with Zoe's Place.
To see the kids and the families. It's wonderful coming here. It's the second time me and Tom have done it. It's unbelievable. We come and we see the kids. We spend some time with them and the families, and just hear the stories. Really, it's incredible. What the kids go through and how strong they really are, and the families also. And we spend a bit of time with the staff and stuff as well, who do an amazing job here. It's around Easter time, so we brought some eggs and a positive mood for them to just spend time with them and be good company really. It's incredible, they're just so loving and warm. As I said, it's the second time I've come and I've loved it both times. Everyone's very welcoming in here, so it's a really pleasant place to come.
I think the work that they do here it's really fantastic work, and everyone involved. It's just a very loving and caring place for the kids to come and the families to get some rest. And obviously the work that they're doing really touches my heart too, so I'm always more than welcome to come here. And well, we've just brought some Easter eggs, just to wish everyone here a happy Easter. And yeah, just to see some of the kids, which is great for them because it's a new face, and me and Andy try and bring a bit of fun and energy to the place, and the kids do too. It's great to see them all and all the staff and how hard they work. So just really to wish everyone a happy Easter, and yeah, keep them going and keep everyone with a bit of energy and happiness. Yeah, I think me coming through the academy, they really instilled my way of life too, and I think that's why I really like to come here and meet everyone that's working and see how hard they work, really, just for the cause of helping the children and the families that need a bit of help.
It's just fantastic, really, mostly for the children and their families. It just means the world to them, really lifts them up. And just to show that their support for Zoe's place, really, we do a fantastic job, and we really try and support the families to have some respite care. Our families go through a lot, looking after children with complex needs, and what we try and do is provide a little bit of respite support for them. So it means the world to get visits like we've had today, and for the support from Everton Football Club, so thank you very much.
It's really humbling to see what they go through and how strong they really are at such a young age, and also the families for, being around the kids and the stuff they have to go through day to day. It's incredible, and we don't really count ourselves as lucky as we should do.
It's fantastic stuff, that, isn't it? It's lovely to see, and Zoe's place.
I've been there myself on several occasions, and what they do is incredible, absolutely incredible, and it's great to see Tom there and Andy, and yeah, bless the kids. It's a fantastic place.
It is, bless the kids, and of course all the staff as well. You know, I look to them and think it must be such a tough, difficult job to, and what they do for the kids and for the parents, and offering them some respite. I can't
speak highly enough of the place and the people that work there, and them lovely kids. Incredible.
Yeah. Well, everyone at Everton Football Club is a huge supporter of Zoe's place, and we congratulate you on everything that you do, and we're so grateful. And now let's speak to Derek Mountfield, who I caught up with ahead of the game. Welcome back to Everton Live. I am absolutely delighted to be joined by Everton, a true Everton great in Degsy, Derek Mountfield. Derek, thank you so much for joining us here. Are you happy to be back at Goodison Park?
It's always nice to come back. I don't come back very often now. Moving away to Yorkshire, it's harder to go over here, but it's always nice to come back and look at the grand old lady and think, yep, I had some great times on that pitch.
You certainly did have some great times on that pitch, talking about, one of the most successful ever centre-halves at the club, winning 2 titles, FA Cup, European Cup Winners' Cup. It's a stark contrast to what we've seen this season, isn't it?
I think football in general is a stark contrast to what I played in the 80s. It's a different game because it's so... How to say it? It's a different game when I played. It's still the same, fundamentally the same with football, and I played on a grass pitch, but everything about it has changed, from the balls to the kits to the way they prepare themselves and they travel. It's a different game, but we still love football, and that's what it is. It's football. Football's a game that's been part of my life since I was a babby, and to be classed an Everton great is brilliant, but I'm still an Everton fan down. Deep down, I'm an Everton fan, and this season's been, should we say, disappointing in the least. When we appointed Rafa Benitez, I thought, yeah, give him a chance, a good manager, but looking back, it was a very, very poor decision to make it. And then we've now brought Frank Lampard in, and he's finding the same problems, Rafa. I think that the players somehow can play for certain times in certain games and then down tools and not turn up at the next game. So we're Everton, we'll bounce back. The fans will make this place into a fortress tonight. It'll be noisy, it'll be loud, and fingers crossed over the next 3 or 4 weeks we'll get enough points in the bag that we haven't, or we're not looking at the last game of the season away at Arsenal to try and do something we need to. Let's get it done before it. We shouldn't be in this situation. We shouldn't be down where we are, but that's just football. There's other clubs around that have done the same, and you think, why are those big clubs, or why is that little club doing so well? I just think it's down to, personally, I don't think the players sometimes have the heart for it. And I think at this club now, and I said this after the Villa game, that without the fans, we'd have been relegated by now. The fans make such a difference when this place is rock. This is a great stadium when it's full. It's a great stadium when it's loud and noisy. And we need to make this place a horrible place for visiting teams to come to. We saw it against Newcastle, we saw it against Man United, the same tonight and every game at Goodison Park, because without the fans, I think the players can't lift themselves, they really do.
Well, we saw, didn't we, as you said, Newcastle, Manchester United, those games, we didn't even concede a goal here, which is absolute stark contrast from what we've seen from the team away from home. But these fans and this place in Goodison Park makes a massive difference. We've made this place ugly and hard for teams to come. It's been like rocking from the first minute to the 90th. And we need that again today, don't we? Because these home games are so crucial to where we finish this
totally
season.
Agree, Sarah. Tonight is really important. We need to make sure that this place, from even before the first whistle, that it's bouncing, it's loud, it's noisy, and we get into the face of the opposition, and the players have to respond to it. You see, I used to love playing at Goodison. I used to love the big occasions, but the little occasions are where you need to raise your game more. It's okay playing against the big teams, but how do you raise yourself for the games, i.e. Watford at home, Burnley away, when we did so well and we don't perform for 45 minutes and it costs us. Football is a 90-minute game, not a 45 or a 30-minute, and we've got to be able to do it for 90 minutes, and that's where I find football. It's not just Everton. I think it's pandemic through football. It's rumbling around that players don't seem to be able to play for 90 minutes anymore, and that's the game. And I just want the players to realise that this club has a tradition and a history that far surpasses any other club in football. You know, we're the longest serving team in the top flight. We've had more games in the top flight, more years in the top flight. The history of this club demands that we start doing things and we start winning trophies. We start battling for trophies, not going away to Palace and losing 4-0 in the FA Cup. You know, I'd love Everton to go to Wembley. I'd love to go and watch our team lift a trophy. As a fan, I never did it saw my team lift a trophy at all. I was too young in 69, 70. I didn't see it, but all of a sudden I'm playing for Everton within 2 years of signing, and I win an FA Cup another year, and I want to see our team lifting more trophies, because we don't say we deserve it, but we should be thereabouts. If other teams like Wigan and other clubs, Cardiff, can reach cup finals, why can't we?
Yeah,
you know, we've got to be better. But saying that, I'm getting a bit negative now, aren't I? It's just one of those things. It gets frustrating. I don't come very often, but I have a lot of friends, and my wife comes every week, and it's disappointing when you come back and you see the rumblings, and you turn your Twitter feed and the people are moaning on a couple of WhatsApp group, and they're moaning all the time. We shouldn't be. We should be encouraging and praising. But at the moment, it's the atmosphere here has been a bit negative. I want to see that negativity gone. I want to see this place bouncing. It has done for the last 2 home games. Let's make it bounce again for the last 3 or 4 home games, and let's show the Football League and the Premier League what Everton Football Club are all about. We're better than this. We need to be up there challenging, not looking over our shoulder behind us for the teams below us.
That's absolutely not where Everton should be. As you said, you know, speaking to yourself, Degsy, you know, a true great. It's not at all what you're used to, is it, this kind of situation?
Not at all.
But someone who plays your position, Yerry Mina, is going to be available as well today, should be fit to play. Would you start Yerry tonight?
It's hard to say. I don't know what goes through the manager's mind. I don't know how much he's planned and prepared with Yerry over the last week or so. But if he's our best centre-half, you've got to play him. We concede too many goals. I have been impressed when I've been here on occasion, and I didn't think he led, but he did lead. He shouts, he screams, he encourages people, and that's what we've missed. We've missed those leaders. I was lucky. I had Peter Reeves, the Neville Southall, the Kevin Ratcliffes. We haven't got leaders, but yet he could be the man that needs us to tighten that back line up and stop conceding so many silly goals.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully it'll be a clean sheet. Hopefully it'll be a win here tonight against Leicester. You've heard it from Degsy. He's give us the pep talk. Derek Mountfield, legend, thank you so much for your time.
Cheers, Sarah. Thanks very much.
It's always fantastic to speak to Derek Mountfield. That was, of course, earlier before we had the team news, so now we know, of course, that Yerry Mina is starting. Just a quick update on Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. He has picked up a minor knock and is expected to be out for 10 to 14 days. Could return for the game against Chelsea, which is the next game at Goodison Park. But for now, delighted to be joined by Scott Phelan, who's come through Everton and is the head coach of the under-14s, who've just won the national tournament for the Premier League.
That's right. An amazing opportunity, an amazing experience for the boys. There's always learning whether them types of tournaments go well or not. But fortunately this time round the boys have managed to do really well and won the whole competition against some brilliant young players across the country. The actual tournament was across 7 games, so a qualification stage about 6 weeks ago, which was hosted at Leicester's training ground. Obviously tonight's opposition, an amazing facility to be fair. So we had Man City, Wolves and Leicester, and there was 8 regional tournaments around the country, up and down. And basically the winners of each tournament would qualify for the national tournament, which we took part in. As I say, the first stage we managed to beat Man City, Wolves and Leicester. Obviously they were hosting it. That took us to Warwick University, where we had a group of 4 involved: West Brom, Brighton and Derby County, which again we managed to win that group and qualify. We played the winners of the other group, and that was Arsenal that were waiting, which is obviously going to be tough. And Arsenal are how you would imagine them, really good and really talented young players. So a big challenge for our boys. But fortunately, well, more than unfortunately, they deserved it in the end. We managed to come through with a penalty shootout after a 0-0 game.
Penalty shootout, was your heart ticking there? Yeah.
It was already starting to tick actually, because 10 minutes before full time we actually had 10 men.
Oh, so even better.
We're talking about experiences and the development for the players to try and come through, and almost introduction to competition football. That was amazing. It couldn't have went any better, and obviously to come home with the trophy and medal and nice memories was also brilliant and perfect for the weekend.
It's brilliant, and congratulations of course to the under-14s. We're all immensely proud, and some of the lads are here, aren't they, the ball boys today? So
yeah, I don't know if they've spotted me yet, but if they do, I think you might have a few visitors behind me on the camera.
Get them on, get them on the show, Scott.
See, if it seems that they won, they can come on and join us.
We'll
no
shout
problem.
them on, yeah, we give them a guard of honour, eh? No, it's fantastic, and I was speaking to you off air there before as well, and you said to win a trophy is fantastic, but of course as a player who's come through the ranks at Everton as well, went on to be a professional footballer, you've worked since as well with players, Anthony Gordon, who's got the nod to start tonight, John Joe Kenny, some players that are, you know, right in there with the first team now. You must be immensely proud of that.
Definitely. So ultimately that's what it's about, the job, the purpose of having an academy, and the massive backing that we get from the board, the funding is amazing, and from the club in general. They're desperate to see academy players, and being close to them players day to day at Finch Farm and eventually seeing them coming out at Goodison is an amazing feeling for any coach. I've just seen the team sheet. Obviously Anthony's in the team tonight, and he's the latest example of someone who's got in and stayed in. We've had a few different examples in terms of Lewis Dobbin, Isaac Price, Reece Welsh have been around it, Tyler Oniyango. So despite a tough season for the first team, it's still been amazing to see that there's still a pathway and opportunities for players who are performing to a certain level, because ultimately the players have got to show that they're good enough and earn the manager's trust. And as I say, in a difficult season, which it has been this year, for the chance for the boys to be part of this, a first team environment is gold dust for everybody back in the academy, and it's role modelling and inspiring for the young boys that are in this under-14 group, if you like, or all the other groups through the academy, to try and be the next ones. It really is inspiring.
Absolutely. Well, you know, Anthony Gordon scores the winner here at Goodison Park against Manchester United 10 days ago. Absolute hero. The scenes here were amazing. The lads must look at that and think, yeah, I want to be that one day. I want to be scoring at, well, it'll be Bramley-Moore Dock potentially by then, but, you know, that must, to be able to show to them, look, you put the work in, it will translate to, you can go out there and be in the Premier League.
Yeah, we're fortunate at the club that we've got so many examples. Obviously at Finch Farm there's a roll of honour of players who've graduated to the first team, and if that's not inspiring enough, obviously moments like Anthony's done most recently, scoring a winner at Goodison against Man United, and the roof nearly came off, was an amazing feeling, as I say, for everybody. But in terms of youth development, it's so inspiring for the young players to try and be a part of that, and ultimately be inspired and see Goodison at its best, and be something that's what they want to achieve, and be determined to have that success similar to the lads who've already had a chance so far.
Absolutely. Well, Scott, you do a fantastic job. Everybody at the academy does. We're immensely proud, and you should be very proud of yourself as well. Are you looking forward to this game? Firstly, we're going to win today.
I fancy Everton, yes. I think the Man United game will give a massive shift in momentum. I think the fact that it's at Goodison, the connection between the fans and the team needs to come together on an evening at Goodison Park can be quite special and really tough for an opposition team. Most recently we've seen that against Man United, and hopefully that carries through for tonight. I think 2-1 Everton. Obviously Leicester have got certain other things going on in terms of Europe, and maybe that might be a distraction for them. They've been a little bit up and down themselves, so I think if Everton are on the front foot and the crowd respond to that, I fancy Everton definitely.
Definitely. Well, Scott, thank you so much for your time and congratulations on the success. And we wish you all the best going forward and hopefully loads more diamonds come into you as well.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, earlier I spoke to Johnny Garside from Everton FC. Welcome back to Everton Live. I am delighted to be joined by Johnny Garside, who is the head of Everton in the Community's Health and Wellbeing Programme. Johnny, thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Firstly, looking forward to this game?
Yeah, absolutely. Massive game for the Blues. Just what we need. A nice home victory, hopefully. Get the crowd on board early. And, hopeful nice win will do us just what we need.
Definitely. Well, another reason why it'd be fantastic to see Everton win, obviously, aside from the 3 points, is we've got some special guests here tonight, haven't we? Thanks to the Welcome Through Football programme at Everton in the Community. Kazoo, our sponsors, have kindly donated their executive box to some of the participants, refugees in that programme. Can you tell us a little bit more about that programme as well?
Yeah, sure. So it's Amnesty International's Football Welcomes Month this month. So very kindly offered the Kazoo hospitality box to our Everton in the Community Welcome Through Football programme, which supports refugee and asylum seekers residing in the city. So a fantastic opportunity for our participants to engage in what is probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, really. So travelled long and far, some of them from different countries from around the world, and being welcomed into the city with open arms, thanks to Kazoo.
It's brilliant. It's massive thanks to Kazoo for doing that. It's fantastic. And of course the programme itself as well. We know, football, it unites people, it's passion, it's emotion. What does it mean to these participants, these refugees who've, gone through some awful and massive challenges in their life, to come to the People's Hub every week, play football, and, I'd imagine it's quite a therapeutic thing for people.
It is, yeah. It's a massive sense of pride for a lot of our participants who've, as I say, been through some very challenging times and have found themselves in our city and have been welcomed by its residents, and certainly through our Welcome Through Football programme have made social bonds and friends that have seen them through some very difficult times. So being a part of the Everton family, as they're estranged or distanced from their own family, from their homelands, is a massive comfort to them. Has helped them navigate some really difficult times as they've transitioned from their homeland into the UK.
It's a beautiful thing to see, and the power that football can have, the power of a Premier League badge, and seeing Everton, like you said, that pride that it gives people to be involved, to be a part of something so great. It's wonderful to see.
It is, and that's what Everton in the Community is all about. Reaching out to those who are vulnerable, at risk, marginalised, and giving them an opportunity to come close to the club, to restore their sense of pride, their well-being, be part of that Everton family that, as we know as members of staff, can just make all the difference when you're going through challenging times, as many of them are. So yeah, it's a massive difference in people's overall well-being as they apply for asylum and status in the UK. We can be there every step of the way to support them on their journeys.
It's fantastic, and it's stuff like that makes us so proud to be living in the city, and Evertonians as well. It's absolutely brilliant to see. And your role, Johnny, as an overview, you're the manager of the health and wellbeing. Talk to us a little bit about that and what kind of things you do on a day-to-day basis.
Well, we deliver a range of different needs-led programmes that are all about supporting people with underlying poor mental health and well-being, and how we can utilise the assets of the club and our programmes to help improve their overall health and well-being, challenge health inequalities, and ultimately improve their overall quality of life.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and you're doing a fantastic job. Johnny, thank you so much for your time, and let's hope that the Blues get a win for the guys here through the football programme as well. Thank you.
Let's hope so. Thanks again.
Yeah, just having a look at our team. Yeah. I will only know the system that John's going to play, because I've looked at it myself and I'm thinking, are we going to play 4 at the back, 5 at the back, are we going to play 3 up front? It's only time will tell when we kick off.
It's a decent ball if Dobbin can get there, and he can. Garcia into the box, and Cannon likewise. Dobbin's going alone here. And goes to ground, and the referee points to the penalty spot.
He's one-on-one. You see him here, the Chelsea player's jockeying.
He's got inside of him. I don't think there's too much in
there's
that
not
myself.
Too much at all, but I'm not complaining.
No, not at all.
Wow.
Well, here he is, Lewis Dobbin, from the penalty spot.
We're in the 12th minute of the game. Dobbin steps up and it's saved. The keeper low down to his left-hand side to stretch and push away.
Not enough pace on it. He's a tall keeper, I'll give him that. He's at full stretch, but yeah, not enough pace.
There's a ball over the top. The flag at the moment stays down, and Onyango is through on goal. Backheels it into the path of Cannon, who fires home brilliantly. And there is no flag. What an unerring finish that was.
Tyler Onyango did really, really well. I could see that he wasn't offside. He made the run, the ball's got played, and I'm thinking he's going to go on goal and score himself. But intelligently, he did brilliant. Little back heel into Tom Cannon. An emphatic finish with his right foot, across the keeper into the far corner. It's a great little back heel, this.
Yeah.
Good vision. He knew what was around him. And that's a terrific finish. The keeper ain't saving that one.
That's a decent run here by Stanley Mills. There's Garcia. Oh, brilliant. Rafael Garcia picked his spot and he executed it to absolute perfection. What a strike in stoppage time. Everton 2, Chelsea 0.
How well did Stanley Mills do then, just to keep the ball? Great ability in and around the 18-yard box, then played it out to Garcia. It's a great finish. He's just moved it to one side there. It's in the far corner and it's brilliant. Give the keeper no chance.
Excellent finish. Superbly done, Rafael Garcia. Branthwaite winning the header. Ball picked up by Chelsea and played wide for Joe Haig, who gets it on his right foot and forces a good save from Harry Tyra, the first real save he's been called upon to make in the game.
That's a great save, Al, because I think he's seen it late.
We'll have another chance and feeds it into the path of Tom Cannon, who's bearing down on the 18-yard box. Still, Cannon takes on Humphreys and forces a good save from the Chelsea keeper, low down to his right. Well struck by Tom Cannon again.
Yeah, he did well there, Ali. He's got his strike away. It's a good save near post by the keeper again.
Chelsea come again, though. And here's Sunsup Bell. Still dangerously across the face of goal and hooked away from almost under the crossbar by Campbell.
Chelsea must be wondering, how have we not scored a goal? Dear me, again. Far too easy. This time got him behind Stanley Mills there.
Campbell hooking the ball off the line. The final play of the game, the corner from Chelsea, taken by Williams, and Everton deal with it once more and keep a clean sheet to claim all 3 points here at Goodison Park. Thanks to, it's from Tom Cannon, a fine, emphatic finish that no goalkeeper would have saved before Rafael Garcia doubled Everton's advantage in stoppage time at the end of the first half, and all that after Lewis Dobbin had seen a penalty saved on 12 minutes. Everton getting the better of Chelsea by 2-0 in a game of 2 halves.
Yeah, well done to the under-23s there. Now I'm smiling because I'm joined by one of our other lovely Danes. We had Nico on the show a few weeks ago, but today we're joined by Riike Sevecke. Riike, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's brilliant to have you here, of course, an absolute unit of a centre-half for Everton women. Sadly, you've been injured for a couple of months now. We've been missing you out on the pitch. But how are you getting on?
Well, I'm getting there slowly. It's been taking a bit longer than it was supposed to, but I'm getting there now and just can't wait to be back.
We can't wait to have you back on the pitch. Yeah. Some have described you as a Rolls Royce of a centre-half, which is a real compliment. So, yeah, we're looking forward to having you back there. I just got to say, Rhi, as well, you were at Goodison Park for the game against Manchester United 10 days ago. I could actually see you sat just down there in the family enclosure with your partner as well.
Yeah.
How incredible was that game and the atmosphere?
It was just crazy, and it was so important to get those 3 points. And the atmosphere was amazing. Like, we've been playing here as well, and it's just amazing every time. Yeah, it's a real honor to play at Goodison Park.
It is, and of course, you know, you played at Goodison Park in a historic game where we knocked Chelsea out of the FA Cup at a time when they were favourites.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like, we didn't have the supporters here that day, but hopefully going forward next season, maybe a Merseyside derby here, do we think?
Maybe. Because Liverpool's going up, so
yeah,
could be.
That's it, get a few fans here,
Yeah.
that would be excellent.
That would be a good game.
Wouldn't it? You've heard it, Everton, make it happen for next season. Talking about next season, we have just appointed a new manager. He's not going to start until next season. But Brian Sorensen, of course, fellow Dane international as well. I believe you met him over the last couple of days. Are you excited to work with him?
Yeah, I actually met him yesterday and today, and yeah, I'm really excited. Contract's ending, so we'll see if I'm here and able to work with him. It's an exciting journey he has going in Denmark, and hopefully he can bring some really good stuff over here.
Absolutely, and hopefully you'll still be with us next season, because that's what we want to see. We want to see you back out there in that royal blue. It's been far too long. Now, obviously, Reed, this season, it's been challenging. There's no shying away from that. We've seen a couple of different managers come through the doors. Results have been tough, but we seem to have turned the corner now. We're looking to finish the season strong, aren't we, and build for going forward.
Yeah, the last game we need to finish strong. It's been a hectic season, if you can say that. A bit strange. A lot of new coaches and stuff. So yeah, just finish strong, and then hopefully next season will be better.
That's what we want to see. You know, It's been a season of teething problems. I think we've seen that with the men's and the women's team this season. Lots of change has proved to be quite difficult, but we've got a game on Sunday. We're going to be back at Walton Hall Park, our home. Arsenal. It's a massive game, isn't it? It'd be great for Everton to finish with a strong form of results.
Yeah, and Arsenal is always a tough team to play, so if we can get points for them, that would be really great.
That's what we need. We want to see you all at Walton Hall Park this Sunday as well. Make sure you get down, get your voices heard, and support the girls. But just to bring it back to this game now, Reed, Everton have got Leicester. I'm getting nervous now because it's I know. It's such an important game, and we need to make it back-to-back wins, 3 points, and you know, make that gap a bit bigger between us and Burnley, who are behind. Definitely. Do you think Everton will win tonight?
I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a tough game, and there's also a Dane on the other team, so tough guy in the goal, Kasper Schmeichel. But
he's brilliant.
He's really good. Yeah. So no, I definitely hope we're gonna win, get 3 points, and then put Burnley behind us.
Let's hope so. Can you have a word with Kasper Schmeichel as well and just tell him to have a bad game? Say, listen, mate, come on.
Give it to us, please.
Yeah, just make friends with him and just tell him. But no, they are a fantastic side, Leicester, but you experienced this atmosphere.
Yeah.
Do you think that will spur the boys on to another victory?
It's an extra player you have when the fans are here and cheering for you, so yeah, it's definitely going to be a factor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Reed, we want to hear you singing all the songs as well. It's been a delight to have you, and we can't wait to see you back in that royal blue jersey, and we wish you the very best with your rehabilitation.
Thank you.
It's fantastic. Now we hear from Alex Iwobi, who was superb against Manchester United. Here's what he has to say ahead of this one.
Well, Alex, you won the last 2 matches at home by 1-0. I mean, more of the same must be what you're looking for today, to just put that little bit of extra pressure on Burnley.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to escape and put on pressure for them. But the main thing is to focus on ourselves, and we're solid at home, so hopefully the consistency at home continues.
Has it been a bit frustrating for you all not playing for 11 days, watching everyone else in actions, particularly after you won the last match?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it feels like a long way away, but we know what the feeling's like when you play at home and you get the results, so hopefully we can bring that same feeling again.
Do you feel as a group that you've got the quality to move away from where you are in the table? Do you still have that confidence within you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, going off the last game, playing against Man United was not easy, and we're able to keep a clean sheet against them. So if we're able to do that, we know we have the quality up front to get goals, so we'll be able to get the result if we apply the same way we did for the last game.
Alex Iwobi there, and he'll very much be looking to replicate the kind of performance that he put in against Manchester United, won't he?
Absolutely. We talked about him a bit earlier in the programme, Sarah, and his confidence must be sky high at the minute because he's enjoying his football. He's playing well, he's playing with a smile on his face, so I just hope he performs again this evening.
Let's hope so. And speaking about somebody else who always has a smile on their face, he's back in the starting 11, Mina. He's going to Bonnet put in a big shift for the Toffees tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a character. You can see him when we go on the website. He's always got a smile on his face. He's always encouraging people in training. He's a big presence. And he's good in both boxes. He's good defensively from set plays, and he's good attacking set plays as well. So I just hope Yerry, he's been out now a good few games. I just hope he can get his head on one in that 6-yard box, get on that score sheet, because I love his celebrations as well. He loves a little dance.
Oh, he loves a dance.
He loves a dance.
Me and you'll be dancing with him, Ian, won't we? I think if he
Certainly.
scores tonight and we get the win.
But yeah, he's a big imposing figure, and he loves it at this football club. And I just hope, as I say, I hope all the boys perform tonight. But yeah, I mean, it's a big ask for him. He's been out quite a bit. He'll have probably trained this week, and it's a big ask to come straight into a game like this. But he's got the desire, he's got the hunger, and as I say, I'm sure Frank likes him as well, or he wouldn't have put him straight back in the team. So it's up to Yerry to perform again.
Let's hope so. And like you said, if he can come up with a goal, I think Derek Mountfield, who we had, would be pleased with that, a goal scoring centre half.
Absolutely,
wouldn't he?
yeah.
Now, somebody who we do fancy to potentially get a goal tonight, Richarlison, of course. You know, he's been superb recently. He was very unfortunate not to score against Manchester United, but for a fantastic De Gea save as well. But he was one of the best players. Do we expect him to lead the line well tonight? And he'll certainly want to get a goal for the
Do you know
Blues,
what,
won't he?
Sir? I love him when he gets angry.
Yes.
I do. When the opposition upset him, you see Richarlison at his best. There's some games he'll go through and you'll think, he's not really up for this game, Richarlison. But if somebody kicks him early doors, somebody annoys him, then you get the best out of Richarlison. He plays with a hunger and a desire then, and you think, so I hope he don't get kicked too hard, but I hope somebody upsets him. I hope somebody upsets him in the first couple of minutes, because that's when we'll see the best of him.
Someone keep an eye on Ian Snow that he's going to go down the tunnel and give Richie a kick on the shin before the game. No, but I know what you're saying. I think, like, in adversity, and it's the same as this Goodison Park crowd, Newcastle game, Alan gets sent off, never should get sent off. When we're angry and we've got our backs up against the wall, sometimes that's when we're best,
it is, because the fans then get involved. The players think, well, we're right up against it here. The fans start getting behind us, and it generates this cauldron.
Yes.
It really does.
Nasty.
It does. And you're thinking, right, we've got to put things right. So I'd just love to walk away from Goodison once, or be there doing commentary with 5 minutes to go and we're 3-0 up.
Oh, please.
But we never get that, do we?
Not since Leeds, I don't think. That seems a million miles away now.
We're always biting his fingernails saying, come on, referee, blow the whistle. It's like the injury time against Man United. I couldn't really commentate. I think Daz did the last 5 minutes on his own. And he said to me, are you going to join in at some point? But
you catching your breath.
How was that wrapped up in the game?
Yeah.
And
that's what it does to us, isn't it?
I just don't want that tonight. I just want a victory, but I want a comfortable victory. But me being me, we just need a victory, so I'll take anything. I'll take anything. 1-0, don't care. Own goal, don't care. Just get the 3 points.
Definitely. A win's a win. That's all we want to see. But now let's hear from the big boss, Frank Lampard, ahead of this one.
Frank, let's get straight in there with the team news. Can't help but notice a couple of changes. One of them up front, no Dominic Calvert-Lewin. What's happened there?
Yeah, Dominic in training felt a small sensation in his quad, scanned it, and it's a small injury, so it'll be 10 days to 2 weeks, unfortunately, so we'll miss him in these next couple of games for sure. Possibly Chelsea's back, but yeah, pulled out of training with that.
How's it been for you since you last played? I mean, you're looking to try and build some momentum. You beat Manchester United here, and you've had to sit around for 11 days watching everybody else play. Is there an element of frustration for you?
You just have to manage it. You know, it is what it is. And the week before that, we had 3 games in 6 days, and then you had the break. It's good for the rest of the players. Some rest needed, some work on the team. But yeah, you need to. The mindset thing's very important, that we tap straight back into what we had here against Manchester United, and use our approach to the game to engage the fans and produce hopefully similar performances to what we've done here so far.
Yeah, it's going to come from the players ultimately. But do you feel the crowd could have a role between now and the end of the season and tonight? I mean, it's pretty lively here, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it can be.
Their support is great, and I've felt that since I've been here. And even during a tough season, in certain terms, we feel the support, and we certainly feel it when we're at Goodison. As always, it's our responsibility to kickstart them and to see the fans, show the fans our commitment, our passion, our idea and how we want to play. And if we can do that and we work together.
Well, that's it. The time for talking is over. Just want to thank you, Ian Snowden, for your time as ever. You're going to get up there to the box now with Darren.
I am. I'm hopefully cheer the boys on, make it good commentary, and as I say, a Blues victory.
Absolutely. Make sure you tune in. But now to finish, guys, sadly we said goodbye to a true Everton legend in Jimmy Harris at the weekend. Here's our tribute to him.